So one of my favorite movies is Chasing Amy. It was written and directed by Kevin Smith and stars Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck plays a comic artist named Holden who befriends and starts to fall in love with a fellow comic artist named Alyssa. And Alyssa, as he finds out, is gay, so he starts to back off, starts to decide to try and bottle up his crush, starts to decide to just try to be her friend and be normal about it. But he's unable to be normal about it. And this is very much the point of the movie, that no one is able to be normal about these things. And he tells her how he feels about her, and she's pissed until she isn't, and then runs back to him, throws herself at him in the pouring rain, and then they go back to his apartment to bang. It's super hot. And they start a relationship. And from then on, it becomes a story about biphobia, because they deliberately keep Alyssa's sexuality a bit on the vague side, because back in the 90s, the 2000s, the idea that bi people even existed in the first place was considered controversial. So as a result of that, the fact that they never actually say the word bisexual over the course of this movie ultimately works to its favor, because it's always this lingering, looming threat that just constantly informs people's actions in two specific ways. Because one, it turns out Holden did not give Alyssa a bi awakening. She's always been this way, and this just kind of causes Holden to freak out and the relationship to implode, and is why they don't work out in the end, because he's not able to be normal about his girlfriend's bisexuality. And then there's another scene where Alyssa's talking to all her lesbian friends, and she tells them that she has a boyfriend now, and they are disgusted with her. It's super uncomfortable because they're completely incapable of being normal about their friend being bisexual. And this is the point of the movie. The fact that no one says the word kind of reinforces this idea that people don't think it exists. And Alyssa has been telling people she's a lesbian because guys aren't able to be normal about the fact that she swings both ways. They think of her as some sort of prize to be won, and women will just kind of dismiss her outright as a part-time queer, as someone who could be in a straight-passing relationship, as a tourist to the struggles of being queer if they knew the truth about her. And because of that, no one is able to be normal about her sexuality, and this is the point. It's incredibly powerful. It's a very funny movie, genuinely, but it's also really depressing in how real it is. And because of that, it has lived in my head rent-free. I at one point thought parts of it were ridiculous, but then I came out as trans as I got older. I admitted that I was attracted to men as well as women, and I started to notice more and more people getting weird about it when I started dating men. In my life, on the internet, just people in general being all kinds of weird about it. And I started to think about this movie more and more, and I realized why it was so powerful, why it stuck with me, because I was afraid of that happening to me. I'm still afraid of that happening to me to a very real extent. And that is why I love it so much. It's this really powerful, specific thing. I don't know how much of it was on purpose, but it says something really raw and true and real about sexuality and gender and love that I haven't really seen anywhere else, to the point where I wrote a whole book about it. I wrote Beginner's Guide to Gold Digging in part because I wanted to explore the emotions that movie made me feel. I wanted to explore what my bisexuality, what my journey with my sexuality and with my transness, how it all comes together. I wanted to explore that in a story about two people. I wanted to see if there was any version of Holden and Alyssa that might have had a happy ending, and I realized they would have to be completely different, living completely different lives, doing completely different things in order for that to happen. And that is why I wrote it. That's also why one of the dedications in it is for Kevin Smith. Anyway, that's all. It's a good movie, and I hope you check it out and give it a chance. I also hope you give Beginner's Guide to Gold Digging a chance. And yeah, stay queer. Bye.